What is a Kappa? Where do they reside? What kind of twists and turns have the legends of the Kappa taken over the course of hundreds of years? Today, we will be taking a look at the legendary creature of lore, the Kappa. This monster has been feared and worshipped for decades, and we're going to dive deeper into just what makes this mythical being tick. Hello. Hey everybody, I'm SheriffBananas, and welcome back to Insane Things I Found on the Internet. I'm not actually sure if that's what we're gonna call this segment, but we're just gonna roll with it. You know why we're here. That's right. The Kappa. I've known about this being for some time now. I remember reading about it when I was younger and seeing depictions of it and saying, what the fuck is that thing? Probably a similar reaction many of you have had. Recently, however, I asked myself if there were any known ways to defeat one in combat. When you get to know me a little better, you'll realize how much random shit I feel the need to, Google. From one single Google search, I once more took a crazy trip down information lane and was awestruck with all the intricacies of the lore surrounding the legendary Kappa. It really blew me away, so I thought, hey, I'm going to share this information with people that never ask. Let's go! So, the Kappa. What is a Kappa? Kappa are considered water deities from traditional Japanese folklore. While they are most commonly referred to as Kappa, they have an upwards of 80 different names due to mainly regional differences. Kappa reside in fresh water. This includes anything from rivers, ponds, and lakes to small streams. It's been said that they have incredible strength, knowledge, and even magical powers. You may have seen the mythical Kappa make appearances in modern times, being used in many television shows and video games. Some popular games you may have seen depictions of Kappa include Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing, and even Final Fantasy VI. Naturally, because of both their origins, Kappas are seen widely throughout many Japanese anime and manga series like One Piece, which comes to no surprise due to the large use of demons and monsters in those forms of media. You will even see Kappas be referenced in TV shows not of Japanese origin. Jeremy Wade, the total badass immortal, the dude survived malaria like multiple times. Who knows what else? Honestly, I don't think he can die. Jeremy Wade is called upon in the show River Monsters to investigate what many believe to be a Kappa drowning locals. Turns out he deemed it was probably just a Japanese giant salamander, but hey, love a good cultural history lesson of legends nonetheless. Over the years, many have actually speculated the legend of the Kappa does indeed come from the sightings of the Japanese giant salamander. They do look quite different. So can that ever be proven? What do Kappas look like? I was going to dress up like a Kappa for this video, but to be honest, I didn't want to cover myself in green paint, so that is why I look like this right now. While Kappas are said to be strong, if not stronger, than an adult male human, it is said that they are the size of small children, hence the translation of the word Kappa meaning river child. Quite unattractive things, the colors of their bodies range from primarily dark greens to blue, and even sometimes red. They seem to have very amphibian layout to their bodies and structure, from their scaly skin to their webbed feet and hands, making them exceptional swimmers, as well as the tortoise-like shell on their back. But they also do have several strange features most amphibians do not. You see, Kappas are said to have large beaks on their face, which definitely adds to their strange appearance. It's been said that their arms are also attached through their torso? Like, not to their bodies? Like, the arms are attached to the other arm. Each arm is attached to the other arm through the torso. What? Making it possible to pass their arms through their shell. So they can basically interchange their arms. Arguably the most notable feature of the Kappa, however, is their head. The top of Kappa's head is concave like a bowl, and surrounding that is tufts of hair cut to be what looks like a bowl cut. The basin in the head is quite important though, and we will touch on that later. My personal favorite part of the Kappa's appearance, however, is their 3 anuses. That's right, 3 anuses, allowing them to pass 3 times the amount of gas. Are the Kappas a friend or a foe? Okay, so this is where shit starts getting really fucking weird. So, please buckle up because this is just gonna get more crazy until the end of the video. This is probably a good time to take a deep breath and subscribe. Are Kappas an evil monster, or are they another version of man's best friend? Kappas are very commonly found to be fond of mischief and pranks. Some of their favorite jests revolve around flatulence, like making fart noises, the age-old joke. Isn't that adorable? More of their pranks involve looking up women's kimonos and skirts. Not so cute. Kappas are said to be generous creatures, usually when they are indebted to a human. If you befriend a Kappa, it's likely that they'll help you out from time to time. It's been said that the Kappa have helped farmers irrigate their land to yield better crops, bring fresh fish families, a sign of good fortune, and even save friendly humans from drowning. Kappa are also obsessed with good manners and politeness, sometimes to a fault. Because of their vast knowledge and magical prowess, apparently Kappa have pretty impressive medical knowledge. So impressive, in fact, that many Japanese legends state that Kappa introduced medical salves to humans and even taught humans how to set bones. They even possess the ability to speak the human languages. Another few fun facts about the Kappa are things that they love. One of their favorite foods is cucumber. So much so that cucumber has been a Kappa offering for centuries. Festivals and foods that celebrate the Kappa are heavily involved in cucumber. Some would even eat a cucumber or write the names of loved ones on cucumber and throw it into Kappa waters in the hope that they would be kept safe. Others have said that doing this will most certainly lead to an attack, so this seems very regional. Nowadays, if you go to get Japanese foods such as sushi, you'll see the preface Kappa, such as Kappa maki, when a food contains cucumber. This is because of the Kappa. Love of cucumber isn't their only human attribute either. Sumo is a very big obsession for Kappa. They adore the art of sumo wrestling and will often challenge humans to matches. They sound mostly pleasant, don't they? So, are Kappas an evil monster? Or are they man's best friend? While these positives seem really awesome, the crimes and aggressions of the Kappa tell a different story altogether. Being on their good side is probably for the best. Strap in, folks. Strap in. Foe. While Kappas are generally respected and even worshipped, a lot of their revere comes from fear. Some of the most prevalent tellings of Kappa explain that they are extremely violent. Drowning livestock such as horses and cows was a common occurrence, but their damage to people is also substantial. Many have said Kappa also drown humans. This is why a lot of signs in dangerous swimming areas in Japan have a picture of Kappa on them to this day. Drowning is not their only method of terror. Supposedly, they also kidnap and eat children, drink victims' blood, and are extremely well known for sexually assaulting women, more than just peeking up their skirts. After sexually assaulting women, it wasn't unheard of for the women to give birth to the absolutely hideous Kappa human children. Once born, they were cut into pieces and buried in jars. The greatest piece of lore, in my opinion, however, is the Kappa's obsession with the object called the Shirikodama. The Shirikodama is a strange and mysterious jewel that was thought to contain a person's actual life force or soul. The most epic thing about the Shirikodama is that it's located in the human's anus. It literally translates to small anus ball. I'm gonna let you take that in for a second. A lot of Kappa attacks have been attributed to their desire to touch or take the Shirikodama. This doesn't necessarily mean they kill or attack only for that purpose, however. No one actually knows why Kappa want the Shirikodama either. Some say it's a delicacy and it's something they love to eat. Other speculation says it's some sort of tax for a dragon king. Depictions and stories often show Kappa using spears or arrows to try and extract the Shirikodama from the human anus, and a lot of this apparently happens when people were using the toilet over bodies of water. So how do you protect yourself from that happening to your butthole? This brings us to the ultimate question, the question that started it all, the question that led to me making this video. How do you defeat a Kappa? How do you defeat a Kappa? How do you defeat a Kappa? Doing all this research has been awesome, but honestly, this is going to be my favorite part by far because this is fucking insane. This is insane. This is fucking crazy. While there are methods to ward off Kappa, such as carrying iron, sesame, or ginger, defeating a Kappa is a whole other story. Remember how I said the concave bowl-like part of their head was important, and we'd touch on that later? Let's fucking go, dude, because this is so cool. Okay, the bowl-like part of their head is called a sara. The sara is a very key aspect to the Kappa. The sara is what gives the Kappa the ability to leave the water. Inside the sara, the Kappa will hold water. It is said that holding water in their sara allows them to not only travel on land, but also how they maintain their magical powers and strength. I'm sorry. This is just so fucking cool. I'm so hyped making this video right now. Okay. Back on track. Ow, fuck. Back on track. Oh, I cut my nose with my nail. That fucking hurt. All right. So the Sara, little bowl on top of their head. If the Sara is the source of their strength, that means that if it's emptied, they lose their magic and power, right? But how do you get the water out of their Sara if knocking them over isn't entirely an option? This is where we rewind once more. little bit. Let's go back a couple minutes in our memory. What is something that Kappa are obsessed with besides butt jewels? Politeness and manners. Bingo. If you haven't guessed it yet, the Kappa being polite is ultimately its downfall. Why? Being polite's not bad, so why would that be their downfall? Being polite is their downfall because if you do a deep bow to a Kappa, the Kappa has to bow back to you, because he's polite. And when the Kappa bows, his water spills from his head, rendering him powerless, and if his Sara is left empty, he will in fact die. This, my friends, is the most effective way to defeat a Kappa. Generally as well, this is how Kappa usually become indebted to humans. If a human refills their bowl with water, it saves them and leaves them in a lifelong debt to the human, regardless if that human is what caused the water to spill in the first place. Another way to defeat a Kappa and have a Kappa owe you their life or favor is by ripping off their arms. Kappa arms, while interchangeable with each other, have weak attachment. This means you can literally run up to a Kappa and just yoink its fucking arm off. If you return their arm, they will again be indebted to you and may help you in some way. Vow to leave your village be or impart some incredible knowledge on your people. I just fucking love these facts. They are so insane and were just the inspiration I needed to make this video. I would have never thought to make a video about Kappas prior to learning about all of this. The second that I read about all of it though, I was just like, this is absolutely batshit. More people need to know about this. I'm still stoked. I'm still hyped. Let's go. But Kappa are a legend. There has been no real evidence such as a Kappa cadaver, and while there have been plenty of sightings over hundreds of years, how can we say they are nothing more than a myth? How did the stories even begin? Possible origins of the legend. The best explanation for the stories of the Kappa are that they were fabricated for the use of scaring children into behaving and to not swim in dangerous waters. Some of the stories said that if you were a disobedient child and you wandered into the water without someone nearby, Kappa would pull you under and drown you. Some stories would say that they would kidnap you. Others would say that they would eat your internal organs or drink your blood. There's a lot of speculation that these stories actually significantly reduced the amount of children lost to drowning and kept children closer to their parents when away from home. Another more disturbing theory about the story of the Kappa's beginnings is something called leech babies. What the fuck is a leech baby, you ask? Well, let's find out. Leech babies were normal human babies, either born stillborn or were intentionally killed by their families and casually tossed into rivers, lakes, and ponds. Okay, so you see, back in the old days, it was extremely common to come upon leech babies. This was because of the large amount of struggling families that could not afford to take care of their children. Being impoverished was one of the main reasons a family would kill and cast a newborn away. Many are convinced leech babies are the reason for the stories of the Kappa. It is possible that using the stories of the Kappa would keep children away from those bodies of water altogether, so that they wouldn't have to see the horrible sight, or to use the Kappa as an explanation for the leech babies they saw in the water. This is why leech babies have become a very popular theory for the legend of the Kappa. And that makes sense, right? You really don't want your little kids to see a pile of dead babies. Insert pile of dead baby joke here. You don't want your kids looking at that. That's fucking traumatizing, right? The most boring origin story of the Kappa that I've found is still the Japanese giant salamander. Since they have skin tones that are similar to the Kappa and have incredible jaw strength, strong enough to pull victims underwater, this is the most common theory many have. They also reside in the same places as Kappas, rivers, lakes, and ponds. But it's fucking boring. I hate that theory. After hearing all about the legends of the Kappa, where do you think the stories come from? Could there be possibly some truth to the myth? Were there creatures in the old days like the Kappa in Japan, similar to how North America has speculations of Bigfoot? Are the legends easily explained with the possible reasonings I mentioned before? I would love to hear your thoughts on this, so let me know what you think about the legends of the Kappa in the comments down below. I gotta be completely honest, I love doing the research for this video. This is the second video I've done research like this for something, and it was honestly super thrilling and really fun, and I hope to be doing more. I'm really excited to be taking this dive into this weird form of edutainment I'm doing and seeing where it leads, and I'm really excited that so many of you are so stoked to be going on this journey with me. I also just want to give a shout out to everyone who's been supportive of the channel and supportive of my streams and other content that I've been making. It really means a lot to me. It touches me a lot that you guys think that I can do this, and so we're just gonna keep pushing forward and making new content and seeing where it leads us. I also want to give a shout out to our patrons who stuck through with me through a month of not posting fucking anything because I was really stressed out about school and stuff. I just want to say thank you for sticking with me. Thank you everyone who sticks with me when I have lulls like that. It really means a lot to me. Here's our patrons. I'll figure out what side of the screen to put on later. Who fucking cares? In conclusion, for me, for this video, I personally love that Kappas have 3 anuses. I love that they're trying to get butt jewels from people. I love that you can trick them into, you know, basically dying by making them be polite back to you. There's just so many things about the Kappa that I just absolutely adore. I wouldn't have had it any other way. I'm gonna be real. I'm absolutely terrible at intros and outros, so I'm just gonna get out of here before it gets a little weird. I'm SheriffBananas. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Praise potassium, stay ripe, and don't let the bedbugs bite. Peace. God damn it, that was a really bad outro too. I said intro again. I give up. Fuck. It's probably what Kappa sounds like. Oh my god, was I not recording audio? Oh no, I was. I thought I wasn't recording audio for like that whole video. Holy shit. That only took me like half an hour. That's like a record, dude. Good job. Good job, Sheriff. This is me telling you good job when you are editing this video again later, and you're gonna hate every second of it. You should probably stop recording, though, so that you don't have to cut this part out. You're gonna be mad at yourself for that one. That's fine.